Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Wizards Unite content. And today we're here to give you your first look at the 1920s Wizarding World Registry and the official 1920s Wizarding World Convergence event details and guide and all of that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the event first, then go over the registry, fragments, XP, the name of the foundables you guys are going to get, how to get them, all of that. Then we're going to actually go over the questions you guys had submitted. I asked you to submit questions, and we actually got some answers for these questions. So shout out to the Everybody Wizards Unite team for answering those questions. So that's the schedule for the video. Now, Adventure Sync. It's still bugs for Android users, and it's still a problem, especially for me. I am an Android user. So this event will be very difficult, almost impossible with the bugs. No word officially yet for a fix or workaround. So keep that in mind when I'm going over these details for this event. All right, so early access to this information is provided by WB and Niantic. So shout out. And the infographics are courtesy of the NDA team helping out Orange Wizard. Now, the details for the 1920s Wizarding World Convergence event are as follows. First, it starts August 18th through August 20th, midnight to midnight, your local time, where we are in the world. This is a 72-hour event, 3 days, where we will have a chance to encounter, for the first time, the 1920s Wizarding World Registry with these 1920s Wizarding World Foundables from the Fantastic Beast Crimes of Grindelwald movie, which I'm very excited about. I'm very hyped about seeing these new foundables. Now, with this event, you will have boosted Portkeys, 1920s Wizarding World Porkeys to be exact. They will be 1 kilometer, which is very nice. And with these Portkeys, once unlocked, you will have a chance to explore 3 new locations and encounter 12 new 1920s Wizarding World Foundables and get 3 more 1920s Wizarding World reward fragments from those pages. So let's go over the details right quick. The 1920s Wizarding World Convergence. To unlock a 1920s Portkey portmanteau, insert a key before its timer runs out. Any 1920s Portkey portmanteau without a key in it will disappear shortly after the 1920s Wizarding World Convergence ends. Once open, you'll be rewarded with an exclusive 1920s Wizarding World encounter and other valuable rewards. So these Portkeys boosted during this window for the 1920s Wizarding World Convergence event will be specific to these events. You will not see them on your map outside of these events. And again, once you have a key in them, they will not disappear once the event ends. But if your Portkeys do not have a key in them and are queued up, they will disappear at the end of the event. And this will be the case for future events. So remember that. Now, once you've unlocked, put the key in, unlocked, walk the 1 kilometer for this Portkey. First, it will take you to 3 locations. These 3 locations are Newt's Menagerie, Circus Arcanus, or the Paris Street. Now, the foundables that we will encounter once we've unlocked the Portkey, they will correspond with those 3 locations I just mentioned, Newt's Menagerie, Paris Street, and the Circus Arcanus. You will have a chance to encounter 12 different 1920s Wizarding World Foundables from the registry based on the location of the Portkey once unlocked. So, for example, Newt's Menagerie, if you see that, when exploring the Portkey and collecting Rackspurts, you have a chance to encounter Hinky Punk, Lacrota, Newt's Augury, and lastly, Paris Newt Scamander. Now, how an encounter happens is, once you've collected the Rackspurts, the 5 Rackspurts, or select 1 Rackspurt and exit immediately, you get to the reward screen. Once you're on the reward screen, it will pop up Start Encounter. This Start Encounter will automatically take you to the animation where there's a foundable and a confoundable corresponding with the location of the port key. So again, for Newt's Menagerie, Hinky Punk, Akrota, Newt's Augury, and Paris Newt's Commander will be one of the 4 possible foundables you can encounter if you have that port key location. For Circus Arcanus port key location, you have the chance to encounter one of these 4 foundables: the Zubu, the Kappa, Credence, and Nagini. Then lastly, if you have the Paris Street location, once unlocking the 1920s Wizarding World Porkey, you have a chance to encounter Jacob Kowalski, Queenie Goldstein, Moving Statue, and Newt's Case. All right, so those are the 12 possible encounters you will be able to encounter once unlocking the 1920s Wizarding World Porkey. Now, there's 3 more fragments rewarded via Portkey rewards. Portkey rewards being when it shows all the things you collected inside that Portkey via their experts. That will pop out. These 3 fragments will pop up again according to the location of the Portkey. So for Newt's Menagerie, you have a chance to be rewarded Bunty, which was Newt's helper in his suitcase or in his menagerie. So she will be rewarded. You will be rewarded a fragment of Bunty via Newt's Menagerie as a location in the Portkey. Now, it's not guaranteed, but you have a chance to do that. The next one, for the Circus Arcanus Portkey location, you have a chance to be rewarded Maledictus poster. Again, we've seen this from the past Brilliant Event Circus Arcanus, but it is making appearance here via the Circus Arcanus Portkey location. And then lastly, via the Paris Street location, we have the Lestrange Family Tree book. Again, rewarded as a Portkey reward alongside all the other rewards you collected via Raxpers. Again, not guaranteed, so remember that. So those are the 15 fragments you can get from a 1920s Wizarding World Porkey, and there's only one Portkey. Now, the encounters, they have a chance to flee, so keep that in mind. Be sure to have a dawdle or even extenuate potions ready so they do not run away from you. Now, let's go to the task for this event right quick. Also, I wanted to point out something they wanted us to let you guys know. Task is only for the launch event. Moving forward, they will not be tasks. They want everyone to focus on the Portkeys and the Portkey location and exploring that and the new foundables. So keep that in mind moving forward. Now, for the task for this launch event, we have collect 8 ingredients of portmanteaus on the map. Your reward to be 1 silver key. Then unlock 5 Wizarding World 1920s portmanteaus. Your reward to be 5 gold. Then recover 1 Circus Arcanus foundable, you get 15 spell energy. Recover 1 Newt's Menagerie foundable, your reward will be 1 strong extenuate potion. Then recover 1 Paris Street foundable, your reward will be 6 snowdrops. And then your completion rewards, which you're done with all of those, 550 Wizarding XP, 40 gold, and 10 more spell energy. Quick tips for these: to collect 8 ingredients of portmanteaus. Just like in the Brilliant Events that's happening right now, Secrets Revealed Part 2, seeds, water jugs, all of those, I think even spell energy will count towards this. So it doesn't necessarily have to be strictly ingredients or portmanteaus. And then unlock 5 Wizarding World 1920s portmanteaus. Once your Portkey, the teal Portkey, turns into a bucket, you will have unlocked it. So it doesn't mean you have to go in. It just means that Portkey needs to turn into a bucket. FYI, you need to do that 5 times. Then recover 1 Circus Arcanus foundable, same with Menagerie foundable and a Paris Street foundable. Unaware, not sure if the Portkey reward fragments will count towards this. I'm assuming it's the encounter, but if we get clarity on that, I'll have that in the comment section below. Now, for the 1920s Wizarding World Registry, we're going to go over each registry page, the foundables for each page, the fragment count, and the possible threat level based off of the fragment count and the rest of that. So For the Newt's Menagerie, starting off, we have the Hinky Punk, which will have 9 fragments needed to be placed on the wood frame or the base frame. And the 9 fragments corresponds with the very high threat level foundables, like the Troll, for example, in the Care of Magical Creatures registry page under the Forbidden Forest 2 page. So if we were following the fragment count, on the base page is 9, then going up 15 fragments needed to be placed on a bronze, 22 on a silver, and 30 on a gold. Assuming this is nothing confirmed yet, because there's something off with one of the fragments. So that's what you can expect. 25 Family XP on the base page once placed, and alongside with 5 ministry manuals once placed. So all of these numbers confirmed are on the base pages. Moving over to the Lacrota, same deal. 9 fragments on the base page, so same as the Troll, very high threat level assuming. Then 25 again, Family XP once placed, in 5 ministry manuals. Newt's Augury, this is where it gets confusing. 7 fragments starting off with 50 Family XP once placed and 21 ministry manuals once placed. Now the 7 fragments corresponds with the Fortress Foundables for the pages, which throws it off because this is not a Fortress Foundable. So if we were just going off the Fortress Foundables, those fragment counts are 7, 14 on the bronze page needed to be placed, 21 on the silver page to place, and 25 on the gold page to place. So that being said, we'll keep an eye out for this one because there's no threat level for a Fortress Fragment. So we'll see where this falls. Then for Newt's Scamander, Paris Newt's Scamander specifically, on the base page, it starts off with 5 fragments needed to be placed, 100 Family XP, and 42 ministry manuals. And then for your rewards from Portkeys, your fragment rewards from Portkeys, via Bunty on the Newt's Menagerie page, we have 3 fragments starting off on the base page, 25 Family XP, and 5 ministry manuals. Next is the Circus Arcanus registry page under the 1920s Wizarding World Registry. And we have starting off the Zoo with 7 fragments needed to place on the standard page, then 50 Family XP, and 21 ministry manuals, all awarded once placed. Moving on to Kappa. The Kappa, we have 7 fragments needed on the standard page with 50 Family XP and 21 ministry manuals. Again, then Credence, 5 fragments needed to be placed on the base page with 100 Family XP and 42 ministry manuals. Nagini, same. And then moving down, same as Bunty for the Maledictus poster. 3 fragments needed to be placed on the base page. 25 Family XP and 5 ministry manuals. And then lastly, the Paris Street, we have 9 fragments needed for Jacob Kowalski, 25 Family XP and 5 ministry manuals. Queenie, 7 fragments needed to be placed on the base page with 50 Family XP and 21 ministry manuals. The Moving Statue, 5 fragments needed to place with 100 Family XP and 42 ministry manuals. And then lastly, the Lestrange Family Tree, again rewarded as a Portkey reward. You'll get 3 fragments needed to be placed on that standard page, 25 Family XP and 5 ministry manuals. So you guys can gauge from that the threat levels and the possible fragments needed to place on each page. Now, we'll keep an eye out for the Fortress ones specifically because there's no threat level for those. Those are fragment counts that correlates with the Fortress fragments normally on the other pages. So we'll keep an eye out on that. All right, now lastly, we have a Q&A section of this video. And I had put out a post earlier this week asking for questions you might have, you, the community, in regards to the 1920s Wizarding World Registry and event. And you guys came in strong with some great questions, so thank you for submitting those. And shout out to the Harry Potter Wizards Unite team for providing answers before the feature and event even goes live, particularly Lola. Thank you, thank you. So the very first question is from Andaloff. Will they delay the event again? Lola says, I don't think so and hope not. So that's the first one. That was a good question, again, from Ando. This is for Zimmerman. How many fragments are needed to prestige pages, threat level, each foundable encounter? I went over that briefly in the registry pages. If you look at Orange Wizard's infographic with the corresponding fragments for each threat level, that should give you a clue as to what to expect for each fragment for each page. So your base, your bronze, your silver, and gold pages. So that should give you a clue. Again, we're trying to find out the fortress fragment count and what threat level corresponds with that one. So once we get more information, we'll definitely provide you there, but that's all I could get my hands on so far. So be on the lookout for that. Also from Zim, how many kilometers would a port key, and will it be half? The port keys are 1 kilometer, and it doesn't seem to be half. So if they're base 1 kilometer, it doesn't seem like there's going to be 0.5. So it seems it's going to be a flat 1 kilometer. Next, will they release all 5 fragments for each page? The announcement mentioned 4. This is from Plotter 101. All the fragments will be available at launch. As I went over earlier during the event, you have a chance to get 15 fragments, 12 from an encounter, and the last 3 as a port key reward. 5. Is the 5th fragment from a fortress? The 5th fragment, Bunty, Maledictus poster, and Lestrange book will be dropped randomly as rewards from opening 1920s Porkey. Again, not guaranteed. They will be random rewards and correspond with the Porkey location. Went over that earlier as well. 6. What's the rarities of the Foundables? Is it random drop rate, or is it based on the fragments needed? It's RNG based off of my assumptions. Nothing confirmed yet. Don't know. But it seems to be RNG based off of the information I've been getting so far. Once I get confirmation, I'll share with you guys. 7. What will the encounter at the end of the Porkey be? A normal foundable, confoundable, or is it a surprise? This is from Mathoras. Went over that. It will be, you'll have an option to select start encounter. You can exit if you want, but you can start an encounter, and it will be a foundable and confoundable. So the animation there, threat wheel there, chance to select the potions you want to use, all of that. Even AR, I'm assuming. So I cannot wait to do AR photos with these drawings. It's going to be so tough. Number 8, will the rewards for prestiging pages be on par with other families, or improved reward to go with the more difficult acquisitions? Again, from Mathoras, don't know. I honestly don't know. No answer for this one yet. A great question though. 9, the biggest question of them all, Adventure Sync. Will it be fixed? This is from Sigan. We are officially working on improvements to the Adventure Sync issues, but a larger fix can only happen in our next app update. Schedule of this is still to be determined. Next, 10. Will the port key be peculiar ones, different colors like the dragons we know? And which foundables will they hold? How many new portmanteaus? This is from Kimo. Yes, the port keys are teal. They will be different color. It is a different color. There's only 1 port key, so you don't have to worry about that. 1 port key with a chance for 12 foundable encounters and 3 more fragment rewards from the 1920s Wizarding World Registry. Next, what is the expected frequency of 1920s events? A great question from Tilmetis. And they say, we currently are thinking twice a month. Only the launch event will have tasks, which I talked about earlier. And future events will revolve around these port keys appearing on the map and perhaps other boosts. After feedback from the launch event, we will do more planning on this. So as of right now, twice a month. But based off of your feedback and thoughts, that could change. So send feedback. Good or bad, send feedback. Do we know if the port key fragment reward is guaranteed when opening port keys? Is not guaranteed. Next question. Can those Apex fragments be randomly awarded to normal port keys like dragon eggs and such? So the port key rewards like Bunty, Lestrange family book, those will only be rewarded in 1920s Wizarding World Porkeys. No other port keys. So that's the only way you can get those. So great question there. Is the encounter guaranteed, or the foundable still flee? They can still flee. So again, potion up, make sure, because you don't want to walk 1 kilometer and them junks disappear. Don't want to have that. 15. What happens if you are mapped out of an error or a counter? This is from Dumble Debbie. No word yet. No answer yet. Don't know. We hope it doesn't happen, but they don't know. 16. Will there be SOS upgrades for the 1920s family registry? I forgot who asked this. Sound off in the comment section if you did. But for this one, there's no plans for upgrades in the SOS registry as of now. That's the official statement on that one. But yo, that is it. That is it. I think I covered most of the stuff. If you guys have any other questions concerning the 1920s Wizarding World Registry and the 1920s Wizarding World Convergence event, comment below. Let me know. Let's talk some Harry Potter Wizards Unite. And I'll try to get those answers for you guys. I do have the infographics that we have put together to help you guys get an idea of what to expect from the event and from these registry. I'll have those linked below as well. They will also be shared on our various forms of social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Discord in our infographics channel. But yo, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know if you guys are excited about this or still kind of skeptical. Feedback is always good to have when it comes to new stuff like this. So please, 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 comments, hit your boy up. But if it was helpful, if it was enjoyable, please also drop that like. All of it helps the video and actually channel reach others like yourself who are interested in these type of topics surrounding the world of Harry Potter Wizards Unite. So likes and shares all are appreciated and help here over at XpectoGO. But yo, I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.